Nuno Espirito Santo heads back to Molineux. Of course, he was Wolves manager before, and he takes Tottenham there. And of course, prior to this game, almost inevitably, he was asked about Harry Kane, and he was asked about where Kane's at. And Nuno was quite interesting with the bluntness of the reply.
That's the past. That's the past. Nothing that we can say or do now or in the future will change the past. What we have to do with the past is put it behind our heads and focus on the present. The way we are working is to find solutions, trying to reinvent, trying to recreate situations that can improve our football, our game. And Harry is part of the team, like all of us. So it's the partnerships, it's the complicity, it's the way that we do things, how we want to do it. Everybody has to be involved on.
It's interesting, Trevor. I mean, how do you look upon the way that Nuno handled that entire situation? Because at the time, and everybody was thinking, he's going to go to City, Kane. He's going to go to City. Nuno would give it straight back. I'm not talking about it.
Yeah.
And now that he's stayed put, he says it's in the past.
Yeah, listen, I think he's dealt with it well. I think it was a situation which was already bubbling before he got there. And he knew the situation he was coming into. There probably would have been an agreement with him and Daniel to just keep out of it so much, because it didn't really have much to do. He didn't have a relationship with Harry, and Harry didn't have a relationship with him, so it was more to do with Harry and Daniel Levy. Once the transfer deadline passed, then he was his player, and it's about getting the best out of him, and that's what he's kind of touching on there. It's about performances, about goals, and it's about finding a solution to the problem at the moment, which is Harry Kane not scoring goals for Tottenham.
And it is a problem. I mean, Sammy, we're about to see what Harry Kane is made of. Yeah. Are we not?
Well, we had this argument last week with Martin about how you compare and contrast Lukaku's performances currently against Harry Kane's, and I argued the fact that we've got two different teams playing in two different ways, and you know, Harry Kane's a box player most of the time, and if they're not getting the ball to him, he's not going to get many touches. But you look at Nuno Espirito Santo, I don't think he could have played it any other way, and I don't think he signed for Tottenham as their manager with or without Harry Kane. He signed for Tottenham, and it'd be interesting to see at some point, we'll never know this, whether he was worried about Harry Kane staying, or would have been more just as equally as happy as having a big bag of money to redistribute in the transfer marketplace. We'll never know. What he's got is Harry Kane. Day. We may do when he gets fired for not doing what Daniel wants him to do. We'll find out perhaps.
Oh, you are horrible.
But right now, what you've got is Tottenham starting 3 games at the beginning of the season. Everyone going, hang on a second, Tottenham look like they're doing okay.
Yeah.
Wallop Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Wallop Chelsea. So now let's ask some more questions. And Harry Kane, if Harry Kane doesn't... But it wasn't so long ago that Harry Kane didn't score goals in August, and people talked about how he never starts seasons well. Now, because the narrative is Harry Kane ain't going to start the season well because he's sulking and he didn't get his move to Man City, it gets spun out. But, you know, he's not playing in a great Tottenham side right now. No. And they're not creating a lot of opportunities for him. So I think it's a little unfair. I speak to Tottenham fans, they're saying he doesn't look interested.
You speak to Tottenham fans?
Yeah, from a distance, through a
window. When did you do it? Did you hear that, Trevor? I speak to Tottenham fans. One of my best mates
is a Tottenham fan.
Oh, really?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, that's more like it.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
I spoke to him.
Interesting, you get 2 Portuguese managers tonight, Nuno and Lage, both in charge of sides that can't score goals. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that.
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Thursday morning, 10 till 1. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.